We went into today with some multiple different or multiple contradicting signals suggesting, yes, we can actually break this triangle to the downside, or we have another signal that suggests we could actually break it to the upside. So being reactive is going to be important. We're going to go over those signals and we're going to talk about what is happening ahead and talk about some confirmations going in some very interesting spots. As we get into the SPY, we're going to get you those daily expected moves. So expect some of those. And we're going to talk about what's going on in those shorter time frames. So as of right now, your daily expected move for tomorrow being 750.51 to the upside, 740.29 to the downside. Overall, just kind of sitting unable to confidently hold above 750, but maybe once we are able to hold above 750, we can chase up to the monthly expected move. But if we fail to do anything in here or down at these levels, well, then you are starting to play with the bottom side monthly expected move. This was made well aware to us by IWM today with a very solid confirmation across the board here, actually taking overall place yesterday, but IWM is the one calling out for more of a weekly correction as of this moment. So let's do this a little bit backwards here. We are going to go over the Qs in IWM and go over volatility. Make sure to stick around for all of it. But if the daily is able to curl down over here, it is suggesting that we could test in this very fishy wick. It is also really close to the center line, which means we could be in store for some type of daily negative trend very soon if this was not able to confirm. But am I leaning towards that? Maybe you'll find out towards the end of this video. We see here that the 2-hour chart is obviously what we are paying attention to. The 2-hour chart on the MACD down here in a positive trend. That means that if we are able to curl up over here, we are very likely to test the high and go make a new one. And you notice that that would be enough to cleanly be a breakout of this area. But there's one hiccup that we need to get through here. It's what if this 2-hour is not able to curl up? But instead, we see something interesting tomorrow from the 30-minute as it was able to go negative, as you were able to take out this very, very obvious previous low. Can we climb up to here, right? A lot of the topic from today's live stream was really focused on, yes, can we see something like this take place? Of course we can. That's where we're going to talk about the cues that are a little bit different here. But we noticed that the 30-minute was able to go well negative. So if we reject before we are able to take out these critical levels, if we reject below those in any fashion and we curl to the downside, you are pretty much opening the door blatantly to 733.40. But your daily expected move downside of 740.29 is something to watch early on in the day. If we are still going to be able to curl up that 2-hour chart, we would like to see a 30-minute higher low right over here. And we would also be paying attention to a 30-minute potential divergence. Now, I don't know if that divergence is going to develop because as we switch over to the Qs, we were paying attention to this today, and we have to go through these very thoroughly in the signals to make sure that nothing here was violated. As of right now, we talked about how you can come down to these type of levels, and it is very likely based on volatility. We said this during the live show that you are going to go deeper than right here. You are actually potentially going to go a little bit lower, but we don't want that to be dramatic for the Qs. Now, why did we overall say that? We said that because we want this divergence on the MACD to hold, and we want the divergence on the RSI to develop and hold at the same time. So those things have developed. What does this signal mean? Well, as we read off daily expected move 720.09 to the upside, 702.79 to the downside, we notice that if this is a good confirmation, then this is going to be the potential attempt, is what this signal says, to give you a big move to the upside, to reverse around the trend. You have the weakening in momentum below these type of areas for the daily expected move from today, I believe. And then we were able to confirm that very, very cleanly a couple of times. So this overall suggests that we can see something like this. Now, just because I say that doesn't mean, oh, willy-nilly, 2 hours, 100% going up to these levels. Your daily expected moves are still pointing out 720.09. If you climb up to these levels, if you fall short at any point before making a new high, right, and you don't sit up here for a long time and then make a higher low, But instead, you roll once you get to this 5-day moving average, which you're at right now, you will be at risk of one, triple divergence, right? We'll look for that. A sneaky higher low, we'll look for that. But also, if you're rolling below the 5 here, it means test the low, go make a new one. So the risky thing going into tomorrow is if the 30-minute is able to turn down for the Qs, then there's pretty much no shot of curling up the 2-hour chart here for the QQQs. And this is something else as well. We have overall created somewhat of a lower low. So even if the 2-hour is able to confirm, we look for any kind of lower high. But this signal from the Qs from the 30-minute chart is suggesting that a 2-hour upward move would make total sense here. It is unfortunate we didn't get that VIX up by 10% day. It would have been nice to have an 85% probability going into tomorrow with these type of signals as another checkbox for our reasons to take a trade. We do not have that. So as of right now, we have to watch for both directions even more thoroughly. The daily chart here for the Q is getting very, very close to going negative. So whatever we figure out, we need to figure it out fast, or else we are at risk of seeing the Qs and the SPY start to follow what IWM is doing, or else we are at risk of further curling down, further rejections, further dead cat bounces into bigger drops. So we will consider that as we consider the daily chart for IWM. Daily chart for IWM, triple divergence has confirmed. We notified you of that yesterday. We kind of showed how we are at that annual expected salmon or pink move right there. And so this means that for 2026, the IWM has become risky, and with reversal signals, it becomes even riskier. This means that IWM is heavily leaning towards some sort of weekly correction or weekly pullback in some fashion. So as we go into a 2-hour chart, we have to see, hey, how could this go wrong? Well, the only way that right now this could go wrong is if the 2-hour chart is able to curl up into positive territory. If the 2-hour chart can curl up here, it's still close enough to the center line that we can build back over time. The problem with that is your daily expected moves aren't that big, so you would need some kind of surprise. 296.51 to the upside, 290.45 to the downside. 30-minute chart, very, very negative here. This is why we suggested during the live show that you do not want to see the Qs do something like this, but you are fine with IWM showing it because that has overall topping signals, right? IWM is very much so pointing towards, hey, I need a mega squeeze out of nowhere, which means that most of the signals here for IWM are pointing to more downside. Whether that's right now, whether that's after some kind of 2-hour bounce, you see that you are in a 30-minute negative trend. So even if you go all the way up to that daily expected move of 296.51, you might just be by that center line. And if you're able to reject, even at these areas, it would suggest testing the low, going to make a new one. We always look out for divergence on this channel, so just be aware. If we start to talk about divergence in the future, we should always have divergence on the mind, truthfully. So that's what it looks like we're shaping up for IWM. But as we go over to volatility, this is something that we were looking at. We were overall suggesting that volatility was very likely to get another push. We got another push in volatility right at those stages. So we do notice that this was able to curl up for one small instance and then reject. That tells us that this is a potential lower high, but is all the risk away at this moment? Well, the 2-hour chart has not been able to cross down. Once that crosses down, you're close enough to that center line that you can go remake those signals. We can see a squeeze for like July pretty much up into OPEX, up into VIXpiration, which VIXpiration this month, if you weren't aware, it does take place on the 22nd. That is a week after, pretty much the week after OPEX. So it is going to be a funky month. So make sure you're liking, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you're tuning into these videos. If the 2-hour chart's not crossed down just yet, though, we can't be fully confident that this thing's going to go. So we have to see if the 30-minute chart is able to curl up and we take out these levels. You know, this isn't looking terrible at this moment. We are still in a positive trend above the 5-day moving average. We are right at that center line. So if this is able to curl up, we still would suggest paying attention to a test of the high and potentially going to make a new one. The reason that this signal is very, very risky if volatility wants to pop off right now, that is a big wick though. So we'll consider that. And remember, the Qs have reversal signals suggesting, hey, upside. Remember just a couple of weeks ago when we said, hey, as the IWM gets here, and the Qs and SPY don't necessarily have those reversal signals that IWM has, we could see some sort of rotation to where IWM drops off first, and then the SPY and the Qs are able to get some gains for a bit before setting up some reversal signals of their own. This is a risky signal, though, if the daily is able to curl up here. That's why we've been showing off the VIX futures. If the daily is able to curl up from this area, you have potential for higher low. And if you just go a little bit deeper, hey, we have potential for those divergences. You have a lot of room here as well for the VIX futures between violating this and where we are right now. You have it on the RSI as well. Plenty of room here to head in the downward direction if we would like, and then curl up later if that is going to take place. So as of right now, with all this information that we just pumped out into your ears for the last, 10 minutes or so, what can we really watch for tomorrow? Well, I think the very, very important thing is, one, watching volatility on this 30-minute chart. Is that curled up early on in the day? And two, if it's not curled up, are the Qs able to see a strong move over here, or am I needing to manage some kind of trade? This is a very, very nice setup as of right now. It doesn't mean that these setups always work out, though, so having a plan for if that goes wrong is very important. But as of right now, with all the information we have, I'm kind of leaning towards the rotation play from IWM dropping off and us seeing one more push for the Qs into the end of July. So that is something that I am heavily considering. I just hope that these videos are helpful. We have some links down in the description. Those links right now would be, we do have the Patreon if you'd like some weekly and monthly expected moves and extra updates and things like that during market hours when we're not doing the live show. If you want those for the right side of your screen over here, any of these stocks, join the Patreon. SMH was just added. We have weekly and monthly moves up for SMH on there. The other links would be to the full technical analysis course if you're wanting to learn how to analyze stocks and then learn those skills in order to benefit your trades, make better decisions. That is down there. It is 80% off. You can snag that for a very, very cheap price right now. If you're looking to learn, it's some of the best value you will ever see on YouTube as far as financial or as far as technical analysis goes. And I'm very confident saying that with the emails I have received from countless numbers of people out there. And the best part is you can always come to the live show. You can join us. You can ask questions and things like that. Lastly, just for fun there, I did download Whatnot and I do like it. So I like free money. So if you guys want to use that code down there, so I don't actually buy things, but just buy things with credit. Like you can get a $10 to $200 credit just by using that link down in my description. So thank you guys so much for joining today. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night, and I wish you nothing but good vibes for the rest of your week of trading. But remember, if you're trading like water, you'll be just fine. And I think right now is a very important time to be doing that. So thank you so much. Have a great day. Peace out.